everybody. Well, I had something on my mind. Okay, it's like this. So we live in this society, right? That is governed by a small group of people. Okay? So they control our government. They control our military. They control our hospitals. They control our schools. They control our food supply, our water supply. Let's just say everything that makes up society, they largely have control over it because they have control over the people and what can happen to them if they don't do what they command. Now, what is really on my mind is that they control the judicial system. Okay? I feel that the most concerning parts of this puzzle or this challenge that humanity faces right now is the fact that these people control the judicial system, our military, and our police system. Okay? Because it's the police system and the judicial system that they use against the people mostly in order to hurt them when they do not comply with their outrageous commands. So people of today who find themselves wanting justice, do you think you can get the justice that you seek from the institutions erected in this society? Do you think that you can fight the system, the people? Do you think that you can fight the system, the people who are behind the running of the system, which is the shadow people, the oligarchy, the few rich people who control all the corporations and stuff, yeah? So do you feel that you can get any justice against the system, against these people, or against the friends or minions of these people in this court system, in this judicial system, from these police? If you're looking for justice, do you think that they are going to give you justice? Their allegiance is not to you. They are corrupt. The police is corrupt. The soldiers are corrupt. All of their minions who work in the various sectors of society, like the CPS, the schools, even private sectors are run by them through those they are connected to, who are connected to the oligarchy. So even people who don't even know that they're part of this large organization are a part of this large organization. So you got the people at the top, then you got the people down below them that they give their orders to. Then these people find the right people to give their orders, to transfer the orders to or delegate the missions to. And if necessary, these people on the third level find the right people to delegate certain missions to. And so on and so on. So you may be a friend of someone and they ask you to do something for them. You don't even know why they're asking you to do it, but you're just doing it. Because it's your brethren, it's your friend, it's your girlfriend, it's your lover, it's your mother. Maybe we just want to pull a prank. Is it really? I'm just saying all this to say that this is a very tangled web. And I believe that the only way that we can get justice is if we give it to God and allow God to guide us. It's going to take the police, the judges, the soldiers, the teachers, the politicians, the lawmakers, that is, everybody who has the power to make things happen in our society are going to have to take on that spirit of rebellion against the commands of the oligarchy for real justice to be served. Or else, those who are oppressed are going to have to take their justice. Or, that's if God don't get to it before us. Because you know, God has ways and means of doing things. You see, like when they call their yearly meetings and they have parties and stuff like that. And they're eating and drinking champagne and they're all together in one room. God has ways and means. So right now, I know that we're in a grace period where God is allowing them to make their choices. This is a time of declare your position, find your team, make your choice, and stick to it. Because what's gonna come after that is going to bring justice to the oppressed. One way or the other, we're going to get it. But I personally, I'm not going to tell you not to, but me personally, I would never try to seek justice for any bad thing that has been done to me in the courts of this land or any land, nor in the laws of this land or any land. Right now, I am living under God's law. Because I'm new to this, I cannot explain it in detail. The most I could do is share my experience with you and tell you how I've handled it and I'm still handling it. Most of you who watch my channel on a regular, you've seen me talk about this housing problem that I am currently mixed up in with the oligarchy, with the system. They are unfairly trying to evict me. So first they set up their agents to kill my business, destroy my businesses. They have my phones locked off. Even when I'm doing videos, I can't see your comments. I can't see how many people are actually watching a video or there with me on the live or anything like that. I do what I do based on faith. I've just decided to produce because none of my figures on my channel are real, and I know that from a long time. I realized the numbers on my videos, they're all faked. How many subscribers I have, that's all lies. But I digress. I was saying that to show you what I mean by universal law or God's law. They destroyed my businesses. They have me blocked off from the world. So people can't just call my phone. Okay? So by doing so, I can't get any business. The only people that they allowed access to me by phone is the people that they want to allow access to me. All secret agents, all actors, all pretenders, all people with no good intentions for me. That's my hairdressing business, okay? Smiling with me in my face, but hoping for my destruction in their heart. Alright? 99% of them, if not 100% of them. So they destroyed my business, and when I was letting in the rest of the clients, when they leave, they would destroy my equipment. So not only are they taking money out of my pocket, because they were making my work life uncomfortable. So me, when people do that to me, I cut them out. And I tried to increase my clientele by setting up a stall in the mall. And the people that were passing by, they were all actors, dude. They were all part of the shenanigans. So I didn't get, I got one single client. Me, one of the best locticians probably in the fucking world. One of the most conscientious locticians in the world. Got one single new client. So I tried. I started putting the mathematics together, and after the clients would come to me, and I realized when they left, my equipment would be not working anymore. I decided, all right, then I won't do any fucking clients then. So I stopped working. And they already didn't allow my tarot business to take off because they want me to suffer. They don't want me to make any money. They think that by cutting off my financial supply, it would make me break. Anyway, I even set up a PayPal where people used to pay money into the account, because they want to bless me as a thank you and stuff like that. The way how it would regularly go. And do you know that I did not see even 1 penny, 1 pence of that money? They set it up so that whenever people put money in there, it goes straight to whatever other account they hooked it up to. So they diverted the money that you guys were trying to send to me to bless me. So upon seeing all these kind of injustices being done to me and my stability, I decided, all right, my daughter pays her half of the rent and utilities every month. And that's what I've been surviving on. So I decided I'm not going to take any of that money to pay towards any housing and any council tax, because that is the government itself. The government owns the house that I'm in, and the government owns the council tax system. So they're fucking me over. I fuck them over by not giving them jack diddly squat. So as of probably about January, I have not paid 1 single pound or penny on my council tax or rent. However, I use the money to upkeep my other financial obligations. So I pay off my Argos card, pay for electricity, pay for the other stuff, because I have to take care of my upkeep. It is unfair or unjust. In a just society, before a just judge, it would be unfair for the judge to declare that I use the money that my daughter's given me for her share of rent and utilities to pay their rent, because of the reason why I was not able to use my own money to pay my own rent and my own council tax. So I decided, if I don't make any money from my businesses, I am not paying any money towards any rent or council tax. That's how I took my justice. Now the time is coming up in September where they say they're going to come and remove me from the property. And I know that whatever happens at that time, I am going to be the one left with the victory, because I am innocent. In the first place, before they started manipulating my businesses, I was always on time with my payments, all of my financial obligations, because I'm a good manager of money. I didn't owe nobody nothing. I didn't owe them anything. A lot of the times my rent was even in credit. That's how liberal I was about paying people their money. I don't have a problem with paying my dues in society. They didn't have a problem with me financially or with my credit until they started tampering with me. So as far as I am concerned, that is not a part of my credit karma because it's falsehood. So therefore, I am choosing to act as such. What happens in September when they decide it's time for somebody to come and remove me from the property? Whatever it is, because I have faith in God, number one, that I will get my justice. I've done all that I can do with the power that I've been given. So I expect God to come through for me. Okay? I don't expect to live in this world always being unjustly treated and then have a reason to curse God and say, where is God? God comes through. God comes through every time. But the thing is that people don't realize that God also gives our enemies a chance to clean up their act. So whilst we think that we are not getting justice and we're just being toyed with and treated unfairly, we're not seeing what God is doing behind the scenes for someone else. It's like God is giving them enough rope to see what they're going to do with it. If they're going to hang themselves or they're going to use it to dig them, to pull themselves up out of the pit that they are lowering and lowering and lowering themselves into. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about God's law. We need to understand the difference between right and wrong. We need to separate the laws of the land from the laws of the universe. We need to know our rights, our real rights, and take power or take control of the power that God has put within us. If you want to let fear hold you back, then that's a different story that I'm not going to address further than what I just said. If you want to let uncertainty hold you back, then that's another level that I will not address further than what I just said. Life is what we make it. Do not waste your money trying to go into their courtrooms thinking that they are going to give you justice. If you have a problem with the system, if you have a problem with the oligarchy, if you have a problem with any friends of the oligarchy, do not think that you're going to go into the system and win any case against them. Duh. It's their institution. We need to include God. We need to remember God. We need to remember God's way. We need to put our trust in God's way. We need to put our trust in God's law and in God's timing. Because that's where we're going wrong. We keep looking around for people to come and save us. It's for each of us to connect to the God within us and follow instructions and have confidence. That's how this works. You cannot get any justice in this system. This system was not built to give us any justice. The only way you could get justice in this system is if you're going up against someone that don't have anything to do with the oligarchy or with the system. They're all friends. They're all a team. You, people like me, can't get no justice there. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. They will drain you of all your finances. You think you're going in there to get some justice. So if they poison your water and you end up getting a disease from it, do not waste your time saying, oh, I got proof. I got proof that this is what caused this and this and this and that. No. They will find all kind of ways to wiggle their way out of it using words. It doesn't mean that they're not going to still have to pay for it, because karma catch up with everybody eventually. But you have the power to not waste your money and waste your time trying to get justice from a set of judges and lawyers from an institution that wants to crush you in the first place. They're all friends. They are a network. They are one. They are one. Save your money. Save your time. Save your tears. Save your anger. Let God. Know how to play this game. It's not as straightforward as most of us have perceived it to be. Pick your battles wisely. Don't let everything get to you. And if something manages to get to you, grab hold of yourself sooner rather than later. Pull yourself together and keep striving to better yourself. They don't care about people like you and I. It is their pleasure to crush people like you and I. Don't look for no justice from them. Don't look for no apologies from them. Don't look for no closure from them. Just keep it pushing. Your justice is your success. Your justice is your peace of mind. Your justice is knowing that God is going to take care of it. That's your justice. You don't have to believe me when I talk about God taking care of something. But who wake you up in the morning? You believe that you wake up yourself in the morning? Eh? You believe that you have control over whether or not you wake up? You believe you have control over how safely your day goes? You believe you have control over yourself? Other people? Put God first. God can. God can. And if you choose not to believe that God can, and you choose to believe that we are here helpless, we are here defenseless, we are here only to face doom, then you can take your doom by yourself. Because I'm still standing. They've been after me since birth. And I'm still here. Still looking better than most of them. More intelligent than most of them. Feeling more fulfilled than most of them. Even though they have taken almost everything from me. I still want to take more. I'm still here. And I am fine as fuck. And I'm going to continue to be fine as fuck. Not only physically, but emotionally, spiritually, mentally, financially. Because the money is God's money. All houses are God's house. All breath is God's breath. All food is God's food. All land is God's land. All water is God's water. All animals is God's animals. All cars is God's car. All intellect is God's intellect. All skills are God's skills. All power is God's power. All strength is God's strength. All coherence is God's coherence. You are nothing. I am nothing. We are empty vessels until God fills us up. I am not who I am, and I'm not doing what I do of myself. I'm fueled by the Most High God. So you can stay over there and be worried. You can stay over there and keep going around in circles. You can stay over there and continue to be fearful. I'm going to keep on moving forward. And if that means I'm going into the fire I shall go. Call me Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Go research them. All fire is God's fire. All poisons are God's poisons. God can. Seek justice through God, through life. Focus more on yourself and on your progress than you focus on hurting those who hurt you. You will run yourself ragged wanting justice. Justice is all about perception or perspective. You can see justice as seeing the people who hurt you go to jail. You can see justice as seeing the people who hurt you dead or maimed. But there are many forms of justice. Loss is justice. They don't have to go to jail, but you don't know what they're going through. You think that people who hurt you are living some great lives, not caring about your hurt. They don't care about your hurt, you're right, but they care about this. You don't see when their wife leaving them, and you don't know that because of what they did to you, the universe is lashing out on your behalf. You don't see when you're getting your justice. You don't see when their child gets hospitalized and their heart is broken and they're worried to death. What's going to happen to my child? But you think that you're not getting your justice. You don't see when they don't get that job that they want, and you don't know that that's God stopping them because God is fighting for your justice. You see, that's the problem. Because you don't see God fighting on your behalf, you think that it's not being done for you. Some of the people who hurt you, when you see them end up with kidney disease and cancer, when you see them end up with broken foot and broken hands, when you see them end up with their beauty mangled, getting car accident and all that other stuff, it's God giving you justice, but you just don't know. Our enemies are not out here living some lavish life with not a care in the world. They are worried. They are uncomfortable because they are suffering for the sufferation that they put on innocent people. Believe that. Look like I have to start doing some readings on what our enemies are going through, innit? I think I'll get started on that when I come off this treadmill. We need to do some readings to see the justice that God is executing on our behalf to our enemies when we believe that they are not feeling any pain or suffering any losses. Only we are. It is not so. I can tell you now it's not so. God loves us. God is a gift giver, but you see, God is usually secretive when it's giving gifts. You have to be putting on your thinking caps to understand God's blessings to understand God's messages, to even recognize God's messages. You see, God is very subtle. Very subtle. God is not forceful usually. If God wants you to know that it loves you, it will tell you in such a subtle way. A lot of the time we miss the message because of our perception. But we're going to do some readings to find out what the judgment is upon our enemies when you think that they're not suffering. I might have to make a new deck or something. Hopefully I have enough information that we could get accurate accounts of what our enemies are going through on behalf of us, courtesy of God and the universe. Stay tuned. Ta-ta.